October 1876. Deep in Mexico, Colonel Randall Mackenzie and a handful of raiders had finally located the camp of the renegade Chiricahua Apache Gatito, a long-sought foe to be brought to justice, dead or alive.
Your brother will be mincemeat if he falls off of that ledge.
Why did you know, Sarge? Old Tobin's part mountain goat.
Yeah, I thought something was familiar.
And now, Sarge, us Davises are mighty clannish.
Spot Gatito's camp?
Federales. Mexican border guards.
Where?
Coming this way. Colonel, they were so close I swear I could have reached out and almost touched them.
They see you?
No, sir.
We better get out of here. Let's go.
My brother! We gotta get him out, Colonel.
Davis? Davis?
I'm all right, sir.
We'd better hurry.
There's no time. We've got to leave him.
But, Colonel, he's my brother.
Give him your canteens, both of you, and your rations. We'll come back for you when we can, Davis. All right, Sergeant, let's go.
Tobin?
Hurry up. Do like the Colonel says. Get out of here.
But I can't leave.
You better leave. I'll be all right, do you hear? You know what it'll mean if you get caught down here.
My left leg. Easy, Colonel. Let's go.
Them Federales can't be far off. We better get going.
All right, let's go. Give me the reins.
The thing Mackenzie had feared most had happened. A raider had been captured alive below the border, and the Mexican government had demanded a complete and thorough investigation of the circumstances.
And by the time I got back to the horses, the Federales had me surrounded, held me for 2 days. If I'd known they're going to bring me back here, I would have told them about Tobin.
And have him stand trial, too? Davis, the treaty between Mexico and the United States forbids any soldier from crossing the border. That's why General Gonzalez insisted on this court-martial.
Yes, sir. I reckon it's better this way. Tobin's safe, ain't he?
He's safe enough at the moment, but you're not. Everything depends on what happens at this court-martial.
Well, what do you mean, Colonel?
Adam, there are only 23 of us. 23 raiders who know what we've been up to. Everyone else is going to testify against you, according to the way things looked on the surface. That's why this court-martial may reach some pretty false conclusions.
Well, now don't you fret, Colonel. I can take care of myself.
They're going to tear you apart.
More than a few Apaches have tried the same thing. I'm still here. I ain't worried.
Davis, this is not a fight with knives and guns. There's more than one way to cut a man.
Well, now don't you give it no thought, Colonel. Really, I'm fine.
All right, Davis. I hope you remember what you've just said. I hope you remember it when the going gets real tough. A lot depends on you, Davis. The very life of the raiders depends on you.
Yes, sir.
Trial starts in 1 hour. Good luck.
Your dress uniform, sir.
Thank you.
Secretary Cameron wanted to see you as soon as you're dressed, sir.
Right. Sergeant, remind me to make out a 5-day pass for Corporal Tobin Davis.
Yes, sir.
Just in case. Tell me something, Sergeant. What would you do if they defamed you, if they smeared your name as a soldier in public?
Oh, I'd
Go on, tell me.
Well, I've been with the colonel for 10 years. I think he knows what I'd do.
Unfortunately, however, Adam Davis hasn't had that 10 years.
Well, he has his oath as a raider.
His oath, yes. An oath, Sergeant, is a calling upon God to witness the truth of something we say. I'm afraid that by the time this trial is over, Corporal Adam Davis may well believe that God has completely deserted him.
Colonel, the responsibility for this situation rests entirely upon your shoulders. The government cannot allow it to become a cause of war with Mexico. And if the existence of the raiders becomes known during this trial, you yourself will face court-martial. The president cannot support you.
Mr. Secretary, from the moment I received those secret orders from the president, I was aware that something like this could and probably would happen. I'm perfectly willing to take full responsibility.
Also, as president of the court, my decision will, of necessity, rest entirely upon the evidence that's presented.
I understand that, sir.
Good. Did you have a talk with this Corporal Davis?
Yes, I did.
Of course, you did not tell him that you are under secret orders from the president.
As far as he or any other raider knows, these forays across the river are entirely my instigation.
Naturally. Colonel, quite a bit depends on the outcome of this trial.
Quite a bit, sir. Most important thing being the very existence of the raiders.
Exactly. So much good has been done that, well, it would be wrong if this were the end. The president has often told me that the raiders live or die entirely with you, that he would never reactivate them if anything were to happen.
I wonder if Trooper Davis knows how important he is. Odd how throughout history so many vast enterprises have depended on just one man.
Colonel, this trial judge advocate.
Lieutenant Farron. He's a good man.
He's not a raider?
Sir, I couldn't ask a raider to be a prosecutor.
Of course. And the defense counsel?
Lieutenant Alexander, also a good man. He, too, knows nothing of the raiders.
Unless Corporal Davis, in discussing the case with him, has said something.
Well, in that case, wouldn't Lieutenant Alexander have come to me for verification?
Possibly he intends to do that at the trial. He's listed you as a witness for the prosecution.
Everyone, please rise.
Colonel Mackenzie has requested permission to address this court. It's hereby granted.
Mr. Secretary, gentlemen of the court, Lieutenant Alexander, Lieutenant Farron, inasmuch as this is a general court-martial and the very life of the accused is at stake, I, as commander in this area, am disqualified to hear the case. This court will be presided over by the Secretary of War, Mr. James Cameron. His decision and that of the court will be final, subject only to review by the President of the United States.
Lieutenant Farron, would you read the charges and specifications to the court?
This general court-martial is called to order this 23rd day of October, 1876, to hear the case of Adam Davis, Corporal, 4th United States Cavalry, 25th Regiment. Secretary of War James Cameron presiding. The accusations, to wit, Corporal Adam Davis was discovered illegally under arms and in uniform without proper authority within the confines of the country of Mexico by Federales forces. This action known by the accused to be such as to endanger the peace existing between that country and the United States.
Lieutenant Farron, you may open your case.
Mr. President, officers of the court, in my mind this is clear-cut. But I also believe there is an insidious side to this case, and I intend to prove it.
You may proceed.
As my first witness, I call Trooper John Smith to the stand.
Trooper Smith. Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Trooper Smith, the accused is billeted in the same quarters as yourself, is he not?
That's right, sir.
Would you please tell the court exactly what you told me?
Well, every once in a while, he, ain't there.
Will you explain that?
Well, what I mean is we all draw our duty after morning roll call. We all kind of know what everybody else gets. A lot of times Davis draws duty, then he just ain't there.
You mean he disappears? You know where he goes?
No, sir. A couple times I seen him sneaking into the billet late at night. None of my business. Kind of suspicious, though.
Mr. Devon, have you ever had any dealings with the accused?
Sure. Like all the other soldiers, he buys tobacco and such like from me.
Has he ever sold you anything?
Yeah, some silver ornaments.
Do you know where these ornaments were made?
Objection. The witness couldn't know.
Mr. President, with 15 years' experience as a trader on the frontier, I believe he would know.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer.
Well, it was Mexican silver.
I see. Now, Mr. Devon, would you please tell the court just how often the accused brought these items of Mexican silver to your store?
Now, one last question. You say you've been trading on the frontier for the last 15 years?
That's right.
Then you know the Cocopas and the Maricopas.
Sure.
Would you say that these friendly Texas Indians have a way of working silver similar to the Mexicans?
Yes.
Could you tell the difference between the two?
Well, no, I reckon not.
You couldn't. Isn't it true that several other troopers have sold you items similar to those you bought from the accused?
Yeah.
No more questions.
You may step down. Call your next witness.
Next witness.
I would like to call Colonel Ronald Mackenzie to the stand. Now, Colonel, may I ask why, on 2 occasions when the accused was about to depart on furlough, why did you personally cancel his leave?
Objection. Colonel Mackenzie isn't being judged. I see no reason why he should be made to account for the handling of his command.
My apologies if I appear to be doing that. But I am trying to establish a point.
What is that point, Lieutenant?
I'm trying to show that on several occasions it was necessary for the commanding officer himself to discipline him.
In general, let me say that discipline is usually handled by my chain of command. However, with reference to the point you wish to establish, it's true that on occasion I exercise my prerogative and discipline the men personally. Corporal Davis, no more and no less than any other man.
Yes, of course. Colonel, how would you rate the accused as a soldier?
I had always rated Corporal Davis as an extremely brave and able soldier.
Had, until now.
I didn't mean...
If it please the court.
Lieutenant Alexander.
The trial judge advocate at the opening of this court-martial made a statement that there was a insidious side of this case. I fail to see any proof of this. If I may, I'd like to ask just what he's getting at with his whole line of questioning.
I'll tell you what I've been getting at. The accused is known to have disappeared from this post, to have had in his possession Mexican silver, here purported to be gotten from the Indians. I'll even admit to that. Specifically, the Indian Gatito.
It's a lie! Believe me, he's lying! He's lying!
I believe this man has treasonously funneled information to Gatito to assist him in his raid.
He's lying!
For personal consideration.
That's a lie! Believe me, he's lying!
Objection! And that he has selfishly endangered the lives of settlers in this area by bringing on the threat of retaliation from the Mexican government.
May I speak,
That there is
please?
only one conviction open to this court.
Mr. President!
Treason!
He's lying!
May I speak?
No, believe me, he's lying! He's lying!
After 4 days and nights, though prepared to die, Trooper Tobin Davis waited for the promised return of Colonel Mackenzie. With food and water almost gone, the wait would soon have to end.
I will remind you all that this is a military court, and you will conduct yourselves accordingly. I sincerely hope that the recess has given everyone time to calm down. And Lieutenant Ferrin, I warn you again, I will permit no further unfounded accusations of treason. Lieutenant Alexander, you will constrain the accused.
My apologies to the court, sir.
And this court to Senor Escamilla. the Mexican representative. You may proceed.
Thank you, sir. Now, Colonel, will you please tell the court how long the accused has been here at Fort Clark?
I can't tell you that exactly. I'd have to consult my records.
Well, approximately.
A year, 14 months, perhaps.
How long has Corporal Tobin Davis been here?
The brothers were transferred here at the same time.
According to the records, they have served the entire time of their enlistment together. As a matter of fact, they're inseparable. Isn't that correct, sir?
It would appear so.
Well, under the circumstances, don't you find it strange that Tobin Davis isn't here at this trial? Do you know where he is at the moment?
Lieutenant Farron, it was pointed out to you a few moments ago that Colonel Mackenzie cannot be expected to have such answers.
Sir, with the court's permission, I can give you that answer. I know where he is not. He is not here at Fort Clark.
Mr. President, I fail to see what this information proves. A check of the records of the officer of the day will undoubtedly reveal the whereabouts of Tobin Davis. Or does a trial judge advocate believe that he too is guilty of these accusations?
I am afraid that my answer to that question might cause another outburst.
Now you're accusing my brother of your filthy lies.
Order. Order. Lieutenant Farron, if you are formally accusing Corporal Tobin Davis of illegal acts, you will do so in the prescribed manner. This court-martial hearing stands adjourned until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Corporal. Corporal.
Colonel?
I told you it wasn't going to be easy.
I know, but Lieutenant Farron's making me out a traitor. And Tobin, too.
The lieutenant's only doing his duty as he sees it.
But it's not right. Sure, I was across the river. The reason why, I can keep it to myself. But I can't stand...
Davis, don't you think I want to deny Lieutenant Farron's accusations? Don't you think I want everybody to know the truth about you? But it can't be that way. Even if your life depended on it, I'd have to keep my mouth shut. It's my duty to keep my mouth shut. Just like it's your duty to take anything that they throw at you on that stand.
Duty?
Exactly, Adam. Duty. Everything good that we've accomplished in this territory has been accomplished by men who saw their duty and didn't turn their backs on it. What that lad must be going through, it's not fair. It's not fair to ask that much of any man.
It's asked every time that you lead a band of raiders across the Rio Grande. They volunteered. Some have died in the field as their sacrifice. Corporal Davis is another kind of sacrifice. He must give it, and we must expect it. Colonel, there is nothing that you can do.
Yes, there is. There's one thing I can do.
What do you mean?
My leg is loosened up enough. I'm going to go after Corporal Tobin Davis.
That will not influence Corporal Davis.
That was not my intention, sir.
I apologize.
Mr. Cameron, Adam Davis or no Adam Davis, trial or no trial, I'd be going after that man in Mexico.
Of course. But what about the patrols? I understand the Federales have closed the border.
I'll get through somehow. I'll get through if I have to ride as far south as the Rio Concas.
Just one more word. If you are caught, you will face the same fate as Corporal Davis.
That's the fate I live with, Mr. Cameron. Davis. Corporal Davis, can you hear me? Here. All right, cinch it around you. Here we go.
Didn't that good-for-nothing brother of mine come with you, Colonel?
You and I are due back at the fort.
Lieutenant Alexander, before this session began, you requested permission to address the court.
Yes, Mr. President. Against my advice, Corporal Davis wants to take the witness stand.
Corporal, are you aware of the consequences once you take the oath?
Yes, sir, I am.
You will be open to cross-examination by the trial judge advocate.
I know, sir.
Sergeant Wells.
Corporal Davis.
Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
You may address the board, Corporal.
Strange. I stand over there and I tell the truth. It can't be heard. I am out of order. Over here, it can be heard.
Judicial procedure was not devised in this court, Corporal. What is it that you wish to say?
Under oath, before God, I want to wipe out the lies told about my brother. My brother is guilty of nothing. He is innocent of the accusations made here. I'm on trial. Think what you will of me. He's not here to defend himself.
And your impassioned plea was most touching, perhaps even to be believed. But it is my belief that you are guilty. Guilty of illegal dealings below the border. Guilty of treason.
That's a lie!
Then will you kindly, for the benefit of this court, tell us what you were doing below the border? Well, Corporal Davis, we're waiting for your answer. What were you doing in Mexico?
The accused will answer.
I refuse to answer. You may think what you will.
The accused will stand. Corporal Adam Davis, of the charges and specifications, you have been found guilty. You will be stripped of all insignia, formally and dishonorably discharged from the United States Army, and forfeit all rights and privileges due you. This sentence to be carried out immediately.
The colonel told me everything.
Just so's you're safe.
But why, Adam?
It's the way it's got to be. Colonel, at the end there, Secretary Cameron, he seemed to know. Did he?
I can't answer that, Adam.
Yes, sir.
I can only tell you this. The ones who count, well, they know.
Thank you, Colonel.
What now, Adam?
Well, I've been in this part of the country for a long time. I guess I'll homestead. Get a piece of land, work it maybe. If there's ever a need for an unofficial raider, well,
I'd be proud.
May 1875, the rugged country bordering Fort Clark. Though many Indians had found peace on the reservations, there were those who worked and planned for a return to the days of violence. Only the presence of Colonel Mackenzie and his 4th Cavalry kept this violence in check. But one Indian, Yellow Wolf, had a plan to destroy this peace. And along with it, Mackenzie's hope to educate the Indian to a better way of life.
You've ridden beyond the limits of the reservation, Yellow Wolf. You got a reason?
The Indians may no longer ride over the land of their forefathers?
You know the regulation.
Yes. And what are we to do on the reservation? Move stones from one place to another? Dig holes one day and fill them up the next?
It's your own fault. You didn't do anything to better yourself when you had the chance. Now, if you'd been willing to accept an education, go away to school like Joe Topanga, well...
Joe Topanga. While his people grovel, he buries himself in books.
I know how you feel about Joe trying to better himself. So I'm warning you, Yellow Wolf. If you make any trouble for Joe when he comes home, any at all, you'll regret it. Understand? The colonel will make it his business to see that you do.
We will make no trouble for him, Sergeant. We will not need to.
What do you mean?
I mean that you people will do it for us. As soon as Joe returns with his new education and with his new clothes and seeks to find a place for himself in your world.
Aided and encouraged by Colonel Mackenzie, Joseph Topanga was the first member of his tribe to receive an education.
Well, I'll be doggone. An Injun in an iron hat. Oh, now I've seen everything.
Please, will you tell Colonel Mackenzie that Mr. Joseph Topanga would like to see him?
Mr., huh? Mr. Topanga. Sure, I'll tell him. The old man always likes a good joke. Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going? The old man's in that way.
Yeah, what's going on out here? Who is this, sir?
No one, sir. I mean, nothing, sir.
Well, it's Joe Topanga. Joe, you're looking great. I couldn't be happier to see you. Come on in. Come on, I want to hear all about what's happened to you. I want to speak to you later, Corporal.
That's about it, Colonel. It was a wonderful experience.
You made a great record, Joe. I've had nothing but glowing reports from the school.
It was your doing, Colonel. Your letters, they were a constant encouragement to me.
Nonsense, nonsense. Well, how long are you going to be here with us? A few weeks at least, I hope.
How long? Well, this is my home, Colonel. These are my people. I'm staying here.
That's what I hoped you'd say, Joe. Your people need you here. They need men of their own race to lead the way, to set them an example, to show them how to adjust to a different society. Not going to be easy, though. You're going to run into a lot of prejudice, Joe. You might even have trouble finding the kind of job you want.
But I thought, well, I mean, I hope that you would...
Uh-huh. Well, I do have a few small civilian jobs under my jurisdiction. Nothing important, of course. Anything at the executive level is handled by my officers.
But it doesn't have to be anything important, sir. Just anything at all to give me
Joe. Joe, listen to me.
Of course, Colonel.
The jobs that I do have are already filled by married men, men with families. Those men are doing a good job. There's no reason to fire them now. Until circumstances change, Joe.
It's all right, sir. I know you'd give me a job if you could.
We'll find something for you, Joe. Perhaps at the Indian Agency. Believe me, Joe, your success is as important to me as it is to you.
I know.
You're going to find, Joe, that there are lots of people, some of them in high places, that don't believe in Indian education, that are against anyone who's fought for it, as I have. So if you should get discouraged, if you should...
Well, I won't, sir. I'd never let you down.
All right. Let's go over and see Mr. Fleming at the Indian office. We may be able to settle this thing right now.
fine man our old friend has become.
His learning will be worthless to him here. And his fine clothes also. Soon he will pick berries in his hat. And forget that he ever wore it.
Tell me, Topanga, did you learn in your school how to get back what these soldiers have taken from us?
All right, Joe Topanga. Let's go in and see Mr. Fleming. Yellow Wolf, let me say one thing. Don't buy trouble you'll regret.
Mighty glad to have you with us, Topanga. I'm a great believer in education myself. Nothing like good education, I always say. Of course, can't take the place of practical experience, but when you put the two together, it... Well, young fella?
Mr. Fleming, I'm glad you feel the way you do. About getting an education, I mean. Now,
Now you've had all the hot air you want to listen to. You need some grub and a place to flop. Is that it? Well, you go over and tell the man at the
Mr.
commissary...
Fleming, what I really want is a job.
Oh, want to pick up some pocket money, huh? Well, all right. There's plenty of little chores around here you can do. You know, I like this young fella, Colonel. Most of these Indians are too lazy to draw their own breath.
Joe, why don't you step outside for a minute while I talk to Mr. Fleming?
Maybe I'd better do that.
He's a strange one, ain't he? Acts like I rubbed him the wrong way.
Mr. Fleming, Joe Topanga is an educated young man. He got that education in order to qualify himself for more important jobs. Not just being a chore boy for pocket money. He wants the kind of thing that you or I might have been interested in at his age.
But he's an Injun. He wouldn't be interested in the same things we are.
Why wouldn't he? Joe Topanga is qualified for the kind of jobs that you have available. And as an Indian agent, you're the logical man to give him one. Would you do it?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know about that, Colonel. It just don't seem quite right somehow. Suppose you let me think on it till morning, Colonel.
All right, why don't you do that? And please remember that Joe Topanga represents only one phase of a very big problem. More schooling for Indians depends largely on how he makes out.
Well, I'll drop in at your office tomorrow morning, Colonel. Got some business to take care of in town anyway.
I'd like very much to borrow some of your new books, Mr. Topanga. Do you happen to have one?
Angie!
Just a minute, Dad.
This minute. Get inside right now. I said I'd think it over, and I have thought it over. An educated Injun means nothing but trouble.
Just because he was courteous to your daughter?
That's got nothing to do with it. Just made me feel more the same way I always did.
You're his last chance, Mr. Fleming.
He gets nothing from me. No more than I'd give any other Injun.
All right. I think you're making a mistake.
If I am, I'll pay for it.
Yes, you probably will, Mr. Fleming. You probably will.
Now we can use him.
Yellow Wolf had shrewdly guessed that the answer to his plan was Joseph Topanga's mounting frustration. Now that Topanga had rebelled, Yellow Wolf proceeded to put his plan into action.
What are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
We came to demand the right to work our own ground. We want our own plots of land to grow our own food. There are no decent jobs here for us.
Get out of here, all of you.
If you will not give us land, then give us money. Open the iron box.
Oh, you thieving skunk.
You didn't want land. Only the money. And you killed him for it.
You are as guilty as I. At least in her eyes you are. She was at the window. Now you can open the iron box. Well, when Mackenzie returns, he will find another dead man here. You, a murderer, killed by my honest friends and I when you tried to escape.
I can't. I wouldn't if I could, but I can't.
What now, Yellow Wolf? How are we supposed to survive without money?
We will make raids into this country, as other outlaw bands have done. Come.
And I am to go with you, I suppose.
If you refuse, you will hang. The girl will be back with soldiers. Are you coming, Topanga?
Angie, come on, cheer up. Now then. Now listen to me, Angie. It's not as bad as you think. I'm sure it's not as bad as you think. Why don't you go with the corporal, huh? You go with him and he'll show you a place where you can lie down and rest, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Now try not to worry, huh? Let's go. Good girl. Good girl now. Sergeant, come here.
Yes, sir.
Have the doctor meet me at the gates in 5 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And Sergeant, alert the raiders to stand by.
Yes, sir. Raider, stand by. Raiders, stand by. Stand by, Raider.
And you're sure Joe Topanga was with Yellow Wolf?
I am. I'm not positive, but I think Joe Topanga tried to stop Yellow Wolf. I don't quite know how to say this, Colonel, but I feel responsible. This might not have happened if I'd been willing to help Joe.
Ah, but he's an Indian, remember? I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. That wasn't fair.
That's more than fair. I deserve more than that. I want to tell you something, Colonel, about why I treated Joe the way I did, and why I was so touchy about my daughter. It was kind of a cover-up, a denial of something. I'm part Indian myself.
I suspected as much, Mr. Fleming. You were ashamed of it. You were afraid it would hold you back.
Didn't need to be that way at all. Something to be proud of. Well, if being an Indian can make you act the way Joe Topanga did...
Only one thing can make you act like that. Being a man. Well, I'll keep in touch with you, Mr. Fleming.
Oh, Colonel Mackenzie,
Angie,
about Joe. Will he be all right?
I can't promise, Angie. Joe's a fugitive now. He's a member of a criminal band.
But he's not like the others. He couldn't do anything wrong.
Perhaps not. But the men with him have and will again. Joe's going to be under great pressure to do the same.
Oh, I do hope you can help him, Colonel. You see, I like Joe very much.
Let's just hope that Joe hasn't put himself beyond help. Anyway, Angie, I promise you I'll do everything I can.
You, relieve Chaparro at guard. Get more wood for the fire.
I'm wondering something, Yellow Wolf. If these men are such good friends of yours, why do you boss them around so much? Why don't you ever do any work yourself?
I do work. Much harder than they. Constantly I'm thinking. Planning for all of us. You will realize this once we get across the river.
They would be no worse off if you planned against them. You've made them into hunted men. Unable to live here in their own country.
I've put them on a path of riches and a life of ease. Meanwhile, I've led them to safety.
What makes you so sure they are safe? How do you know Mackenzie won't follow you here?
You'd best give up, Topanga. You cannot make trouble between me and my friends. Once we get across the river, we will be safe forever from Mackenzie.
Mackenzie and 5 men, less than a mile away.
We ought to make a run for it. To the river, that would be good.
We will find a better place to fight. Come.
They've eaten, it would appear. Probably rested, too. That means they can go a long time before they have to stop again.
Wonder why they didn't stand and make a fight, sir. They had good cover for an ambush.
I hope it's because Joe is urging them to run, hoping they won't fire on us.
What if he helps them escape?
No. He's helping us in the only way he knows how. All right, let's push on.
We make a stand. We run no more. We will fight. But you said we would be safe once we cross the river. We will fight.
Is this not a good position to defend ourselves?
We would only be killed. We should go back and face the wrong we did.
You coward, you whining papoose. We should give you some pap to eat.
If you will not surrender, then we must run.
You have us run not to save ourselves, but to protect your friend, Mackenzie.
You lie. What I do is for the good of all.
You are no better than the soldiers who follow us. You will die.
Just nicked you. You're gonna be all right.
Yes, sir. Thanks to Joe Topanga.
What do you mean?
He saved my life. I swear he did.
What He'll be killed if we don't get him out of there. If that happens, we can forget any plans we have for educating more Indians. You rest easy here. Hold your fire, Sergeant. Joe Topanga's pinned down, right in our line of fire.
I was trying to pick off Yellow Wolf, sir.
We can't do it with Joe where he is. You and the rest of the men take out those Indians. I'll take care of Yellow Wolf myself.
Yes, sir.
Easy, Joe. Take it easy. Oh, there you are. You all right?
Yes, Carl. Yes.
You don't have anything to worry about, Joe. Just take my word for it. Things are all right. And they're going to be even better. Come on, let's go.
Will you tell Colonel Mackenzie that Mr. Topanga is here?
Sure, Joe. Go right on in. The colonel's expecting it.
Thank you.
Hello, Joe Topanga. It's good to see you. How does it feel to be a man of responsibility?
It feels good, sir.
I'm sure it does. I understand we have an engagement for dinner with Angie Fleming and her father.
Yes, sir.
Joe, take good care of this one. It's a proper hat for Mr. Fleming's new assistant.
Thank you, Colonel.
Shall we go?
August 9th, 1874, southwest Texas caught in the grip of a devastating drought. A dry land in a dry season, without water, without the promise of any.
Isn't there something we can do to persuade them to stay, Colonel?
Yes, Lieutenant. Get them water. Somehow find them some water.
Colonel Mackenzie and his 4th Cavalry had fought hard to make the area safe for settlers. But without water, he would soon be protecting a wasteland. One source of water, fed by an underground river, could solve the plight of the cattlemen. But the water was owned by Edward Bodine, and it was to him the hard-pressed cattleman came. His term spelled war.
Whitfield's riding up.
Whitfield. Stay, Turley.
This is the big one, isn't it, Mr. Bodine?
The big one. Come in.
Hello, Ed. Well, it's been a long time.
Whitfield, what brings you here?
Well, me and the other cattlemen from Twin Forks. We're out of water.
You representing them?
Well, sorta. No sense in all of us coming up here to talk about the same thing.
Twin Forks. The richest spreads in the territory. How does it feel coming to one who hasn't made it?
Ed, you and I came out here together 20 years ago. I never stood in your way. Got a little luckier, perhaps.
Until now. You've talked to the others. You know my terms.
And it is true. Even to me, Ed. To a man who's been your best friend, who introduced you to your wife.
Aren't you thinking of yourself right now, not the others, just yourself? Well, I'm doing the same thing, thinking of me, not you.
You switch the words any way you please, Ed. I'm thinking of one thing. Water for my cattle. How far are you going to go to get back what you lost?
Get to your point, Whitfield.
We need water. We'll gladly pay you a reasonable fee.
Half the head that waters on my land. You don't like my terms, don't waste my time.
I'll not see my herd die of thirst.
You don't have to. Sell out to me.
Sell out? Well, you failed all the way down the line. Don't try to cut me off. You know what I mean. Shutting out the world is one thing. Do you think I'd sell out to you or anybody else? I've been here 20 years come December. I'll be here another 20 if I have to ride over you and your men to get to that water.
Is that what the rest of your group is saying?
I told you. I represent them.
You're not meeting my terms.
Never.
Then you better get going. This is private property.
I'll see you dead before I see another head of my herd drop.
Swenson's come to terms. Make sure you count his herd good. Pick the best heads. And Turley, if anyone tries to get to that water, anyone, you tell the men to shoot.
Lieutenant. Lieutenant, did you follow up on this?
Yes, sir. Effective immediately, each man's water ration is down to 1.5 pints a day and 1 pan per barracks.
Right. Cut the man on patrol, too.
Yes, sir.
On showing, Mr. Whitfield.
Yes, sir. Mr. Whitfield?
Morning, Colonel. Hello, Sam. Good of you to come.
Thank you.
Sit down. Well, Sam, how's your water supply holding up?
It isn't. We're all dry. What are you going to do about Ed Bodine?
I don't know. I was in hopes you could talk some sense into him.
I saw him yesterday. I'm just another cattleman who needs water.
Even you, huh?
He wants half the herd. I told him we'd give him a reasonable fee. I won't ask him again.
Now, wait a minute, Sam.
You wait a minute, Colonel. Look, I've listened to you. I've done my bit to keep the cattlemen in this area.
I know you have, Sam. I know you have. And I appreciate it.
Well, that isn't getting water from my herd.
Now, Sam, if you break the law, you know what my position has got to be.
You'd turn on your friends, huh?
You leave me no choice. One shot, and I'd have a range war on my hands. And that I'm not going to have.
In the meantime, I watch my herd die while Bodine has the protection of the law. No thanks, Colonel. I've got some ideas of my own. I'm not going to let 20 years slide away just because a man forgets the meaning of the word friend.
Now, wait a minute, Sam. I'll go out and talk to Bodine myself right now.
Talking won't do any good. Bodine knows how desperate we are. Why, we even tried to tap that underground river, which is off of his property.
Underground river?
Everybody knows that river forks in 2 directions. One feeds his property. The other goes underground, east of his spread. We couldn't tap it because it's covered with shale.
And it's not on his property. Underground river, huh? Sam, please. Let me talk to Bodine just this once before you do anything.
All right. You got it coming.
Thank you, Sam.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks again, Sam. Yeah. A new explosive called dynamite with 50 times the power of black powder will be delivered to all commands within 30 days. It's dated July 2nd, and it's now August 9th.
It hasn't arrived yet. It may be on the next supply wagon from Fort Inge on the 12th.
Can't wait that long. Dynamite may be exactly what I need to end this drought.
Dynamite?
Yeah, I saw a demonstration of it once. It's tricky stuff.
It should be at Fort Inge by now.
Send a buckboard to Fort Inge. Forced ride. Have the men tell the general there that it's an emergency. I need that dynamite immediately.
Yes, sir.
I'll be over at Bodine's place.
Dynamite?
How do you feel, Ed?
How should I feel?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what brings you here, Colonel, but I'm glad it saved me a ride. I want to discuss a little problem with you.
Oh? I thought you were the only man in this area that didn't have a problem.
Well, I try to take care of them before they happen. Sit down. I'm afraid Whitfield and his group might try to take the law into their own hands.
Oh, what makes you think that?
Well, the way he talked yesterday afternoon.
Ed, you know as well as I do, you're asking for it.
Colonel, you run the law, I'll run my business.
I'm asking you to change your terms, Ed.
Now, that sounds like a threat.
Ed, what's gotten into you? What is it? Letting the settlers use that water of yours won't cost you a cent.
It's as plain as the sun up in the sky. It's my chance to build a cattle empire, and it might not come again.
Seems to me we had a drought a few years back. The settlers used your water then.
I was a fool.
But you had friends.
I don't need friends.
Ed, you think building an empire is going to bring her back? Now get this into your head. She stayed with you a long time after you went sour and started hating everyone for your own failures. Taking it out on the settlers now, building an empire. That's not going to come close to bringing her back to you.
You've said enough, Mackenzie.
No, I haven't. Ed, the settlers in this area are going to have that water. And within the confines of the law.
Will you just go and find that law?
I don't have to.
Mr. Whitfield's waiting for you, sir.
Any luck?
Nope.
So long, Colonel.
Now, Sam, you two have been friends for 20 years.
That ended just now.
Sam. Sam, you go after Bodine. I'll be alongside him.
I'd hate to see that.
Then why don't you go back to your ranch and wait?
What for? Just to hear those cattle moan for water?
Sam, you've got a big stake in this area. You break the law and it'll all come tumbling down around you.
And if I don't? Same thing happens.
Read that.
So?
Did you see the special uses it can be put to?
So what? Someday they find a newfangled way to tap water.
Not someday, Sam. Not someday. Today, I intend to end this drought with dynamite.
Can you guarantee it'll work?
Let's wait and see.
Sorry, Colonel. My cattle are thirsty.
Sam, Sam, just 24 hours. Give me your word you won't do anything for just 24 hours.
I'll see you 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
The man left for Fort Inge?
2 hours ago.
Get Sergeant Wells in here right away.
Yes, sir.
You know about the drought situation. It's already caused several settlers to leave this area. Your orders, Sergeant, are to prevent any further settlers from leaving.
The settlers, sir?
Yes, Sergeant, the settlers.
But, sir...
I know, Lieutenant, I know. Could mean my command, but I've got to risk it. At least until 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Well, how far do I go, sir?
Just as far as you have to. Use raiders wherever possible, Sergeant. Impress on them the reasons for these extreme measures. Also impress on them the necessity for these orders being strictly enforced.
How many men, sir?
As many as you need. I want all routes of departure sealed off. There's another danger. War. A range war. If there isn't water by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, the cattlemen will start moving in on Bodine. So I want the bigger ones confined to their own property. The bigger ones like Sam Whitfield.
Yes, sir.
Mackenzie's raiders moved quickly to prevent the settlers from leaving the area. The crisis grew as the raiders moved in to protect Bodine's water and property. But the raiders hadn't moved fast enough to contain the cattlemen.
Why all the secrecy, Sam?
The others coming?
Yeah, they'll be here.
It's about water and the way we're going to get it.
Once Mackenzie had briefed his men on the new explosive, they climbed the mountain above Bodine's property to locate the water source. The ranchers of Twin Forks would have water or war. Which they would choose depended upon Mackenzie's ability to tap the underground river which fed Bodine's pond.
All right, men. Let's start digging. Let me know when you hit shale. One of you start over there. 7-foot intervals. Here, 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 and here. Let's go.
It'll take us a month to hit water with these picks.
We don't have to go that far. Only as far as the shale. Then we'll prepare holes for the dynamite. 5 explosions ought to be enough to release the water. If it flows down this way, it'll come in well east of Bodine's property.
Where will it empty to, sir?
Twin Forks, I hope. Couldn't be a better place. All right, men. Keep digging. Don't let up till you hit the shale.
Colonel Mackenzie, Whitfield hasn't been in his ranch since he left your office.
What about the others?
I still have the men checking. There's 6 ranchers missing besides Whitfield.
All right, have your troopers drop everything. Keep looking for those men. They've got to organize somewhere. Get going.
But Whitfield gave you 24 hours.
He did, and he'll keep his word. But when the 24 hours are up, he'll be ready to move. If that dynamite was at Fort Inge, our men ought to be on their way with it by now.
I sent our best riders.
See if you can pick them up on the trail. Bring the dynamite directly here.
Yes, sir.
So I gave him my word. 24 hours.
But, Sam, even if Mackenzie's explosive doesn't work, why do you think Bodine hired Turley and those others? Because they're men who are paid to use their guns.
But if we get Bodine, they'll have no argument with us.
Might not work out that way. It could mean a range war.
Maybe. But it's not our choice. We've got to do something ourselves. Mackenzie's already made it clear where he stands. Either we do it, or we sit and wait for our cattle to die. Mackenzie's got very little time left.
Shale. This one's ready for dynamite. Whatever gets here. Keep working.
8 o'clock. Plenty of time to get into position. In exactly 3 hours and 1 minute, we'll come upon Bodine's from the rear. Anyone try to stop us? Use these.
Keep working, men. What can I do for you, Mr. Bodine?
I want to know what you're doing up here.
Not your property, is it?
This is where my water comes from. I got a right to know. I don't know what you're doing to this mountain, but I'm warning you. You got no right to fool with my water supply.
I'm fooling with a mountain. You don't own that, do you?
What are you trying to prove?
Nothing. But these people in this area are going to have water, and within the limits of the law.
Colonel, you're bluffing. There's no way in the world to get to that water source.
Maybe there is. With the use of a new explosive called dynamite.
Dynamite? Never heard of it. Where is it?
It'll be here.
Well, you just go right ahead with your games. I'm not budging an inch.
I'm not asking you to. But if this works, Ed, you're really gonna know how it feels to be alone.
You'd be much better off worrying about Whitfield. If he comes this way, you're gonna have your hands full protecting me.
You got this ready?
Yep.
Tell him to move up slowly. Stay on the edge of Bodine's property.
Sure, we can surprise him. None of us are looking forward to a gun battle.
It might have to be that way. 20 minutes. I'll get as close to that house as I can.
Colonel?
There he is.
Colonel? Dynamite!
Midnight, somebody.
New way to make rain.
Now it's up to the inventor. Light them all at once. Ready?
Go ahead, Charlie. If you're smart, you'll back away. This is between Bodine and me.
You better think twice, Sam. I haven't broken any laws.
You've broken more laws than any man I've ever known.
I've never killed. That's what you're about to do.
What about your wife? Your bitterness gnawed away at her until she had to take your kid and leave. Then you started on yourself until every breathing moment was filled with hate. Now you're trying to spread your disease throughout the whole area, not caring if your friends go under or if people you don't even know die of thirst. And you say you haven't killed.
Why shouldn't I take advantage? Nobody ever helped me.
You got it wrong. You never let anybody help. You were too busy with your spite of other people's success to even see a friend or the woman who loved you.
So this is the way we end up.
Killing you won't hurt the world a bit. You already threw the world away.
Water, Sam. Water. It's not on Bodine's property.
don't know whether it means anything to you, but you saved my life. I guess I owe you a favor.
I guess you do at that. And I think I'd like to collect on it, too.
What can I do for you or for anybody else?
There's a stage leaving for the East tomorrow. Be on it. You've got a wife and a child back there. And I'll bet they're waiting for you.
I hope so.
Colonel, I want to thank you. I came mighty close to doing a foolish thing.
No thanks necessary, Sam. When you're making your prayers, though, you might just thank the Lord that nobody was killed.
Yeah, I will. I guess we don't have to worry about Bodine anymore.
Oh, I'm not too sure. He's on his way back to Kansas City. I should imagine he and his family will be coming back out here and trying to make a fresh start. I'd like you to give him a break, Sam.
Me? Give the... Oh,
no, wait a minute, Sam. Wait a minute. You know, you came awfully close to being a killer yourself.
Yeah, I did. All right, Colonel, I'll try.
That's all I ask. Thanks again, Sam.
You don't see it, they don't see it, and they never will. I'm leaving this note for those in the past. Maybe someone will hear me and change what's to come. There was a time when people connected by touch. A glance could speak, and silence could say everything. But then, communication was sacrificed to the screen. Everyone was connected, but no one ever truly touched. We filtered out hunger. We silenced the truth. The algorithm told us what to see, and we never questioned it. Those passing by wearing AR glasses see them as a blur and ignore them.
Please help me! Please help! Help! Help!
Thinking was dangerous, feeling was forbidden. Even seeing was considered a crime. If you didn't look away, the system marked you. Silence was safety. Questioning made you visible. And in this world, being visible meant walking the line between life and death. Maybe there's still hope. Maybe a child lifts their head, looks up at the sky, and remembers what it means to be human. With a single glance, everything could change. But not everyone lives long enough to look up, so make it count. Be the spark, be the voice, be the one who dares to hope